What's up, y'all? What's popping with the Population Drama Kings podcast? We back here kicking flavor. I'm with my mans, Kenneth and Joe. Holla at them, y'all.
Hey, Ken, what it do? Your favorite host, episode number 5. Holla at me.
What's good with it? It's your boy Joe. Drama Kings podcast, everything drama, but in a King's fashion. Always.
In the King's fashion, always.
Yes, sir.
Gotta love it. How y'all feel today, man?
Man, hey, man. Mental Health Monday.
It's Mental Health Monday.
What it do?
I feel like I think I'm in a better mood this Monday than I was last Monday. I don't know why it is. Maybe because it's I'm drinking rum and Red Bull, but
same
Congratulations, my man.
I wasn't drinking last Monday. Was I drinking? Yeah. I don't fucking remember.
Same old shit, right, different day.
Tonight, let's see we can address the political situation slightly, ever so subtly, in our nation.
Yeah,
the state of our union is fair shape. I know the last outstanding situation that we had politically outside from the war on the world stage, the war between Russia and the Ukraine, but here with Biden and his plan for the student loan relief. Y'all heard about that? I'm pretty sure.
Yep, I filled out the application for it.
the reason why I'm referencing that because it's when I say the latest outstanding thing that affected me. I don't know how about y'all, but that affected me personally was that I did apply for the student loan relief program. It was up to what $10,000 or $20,000 worth of debt, which is
I think 20
small amount. I think I was approved with was it conditions?
Yeah, I was approved too.
With conditions.
Yeah, I got the email like last week said I was approved, but it said I guess the Republicans they're filing lawsuits because they don't want it to happen. They don't want it to go through.
Shit, Joe, you was in the military. That shit.
Well,
that automatically,
that shit. Yeah, you're right on. I know what you're about to say. That should be automatic for people like veterans.
Yeah.
Shout out to the veterans, of course.
Congratulations.
Oh.
The veterans played themselves.
Wrong button, my boy.
Some might say they did. Hey man, hey, rummy Red Bull.
Hey man, shout out to the veterans, man.
So they tried. So President Biden, he pushed the student loan debt relief, and the Republicans tried to block it. They said y'all tried it, and they got it tied up with legal red tape right now. But more so on a grander scale, how do y'all feel the world is viewing America right now on a world stage as far as how our country is being led? Its leadership, President Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, not much was done with the Brittany Griner situation, y'all know. So I feel like me personally, things might have went better if Trump was still in office.
With Brittany Griner? Or just period?
No, just period. Just with, like I said, with some of the recent outstanding issues that we've been faced with, the situation in the Ukraine, with Russia, it's not really our business, but I think the world has, they're going to take an opinion about our leadership when things like that take place, because usually the United States is, being a superpower, they're kind of the country to intervene and, quiet things down or display power, project power. Do you think that's being done by our country now with President Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, in the leadership roles?
With the Brittany Griner situation, I would say it wasn't wasn't Trump in bed with Putin some kind of way? Wasn't he in bed with Russia, business wise?
So they say.
Yeah, I think.
Well,
yeah, I think him and Putin they had like a good business relationship.
Yes, you gotta. I mean, she probably could have been, home because they have some type of relationship, or it probably would have been the same shit. You know what I'm saying? You never know. We could be, if Trump was in office, we could be going to war right now. You just never know how those things play out, man.
Trump has, I believe he's I don't know if he's officially thrown his hat in the ring, but I know he's been announcing, or he's been making wave, making a little buzz about his bid for 2024. How successful do you think that's going to be? With his his previous term, being considered.
I feel like he can win, but as a nation, man, as a people, man, you got to pay attention to the right shit. When Trump was in office, you got to understand it was a world crisis going on. We was dealing with COVID, so people talking about, oh man, when Trump was in office, man, we got stimulus checks and we got XYZ, we got this, we got that, man. A lot of that shit we got just because the economy because was in fear of being crippled. Yeah, it was the conditions
called for it.
The conditions called for it. You know what I'm saying? So, do we really know? Do we really know what? Did we really see Trump as a president that didn't have to deal with those conditions? I mean, shit, we dealt with COVID, in terms of people being out of work and people getting money from the government. All that shit lasted for about 2 years, damn near 3 years. So you know what I'm saying?
Unemployment, all that.
Yeah, man. It's who knows what would have happened if that shit wasn't going on.
So you think? Do you think you just to reference the Griner situation? Do you think Trump would have had a better influence or a better shot at making something happen for Brittany Griner?
He probably could have had a better
knowing
influence.
That he, like you said, he's Joe. Like Joe said, knowing that he was, he had some ties with Putin and Russia.
He had a good business relationship with them boy with Putin and all that.
Also, I mean, you can look at it that way. You can also look at it like maybe Putin was gonna try to do something that Trump didn't want him to do.
Yeah.
Business wise, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe he was gonna use that to his advantage against Trump. That shit could have, who knows how that shit could have played out. You know what I'm saying? That's a shout out to Brittany Griner, man. I wish it was resolved better. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's a lot of people that really got to understand that when you break laws in other countries, it's really nothing nobody here can do about the shit. Like if it was something have
your hands get tied.
Yeah, if it was something, you gotta, man, then you start talking about political powers. These are powerful nations that shit can go any kind of way, man. Leverage is definitely big on the table. Like who knows? Who knows what could have happened? But when you break laws in other countries, man, hey, when you travel abroad, know the laws before you decide to do some shit that may be deemed, illegal. Because
for sure. And those leaders out there, they pretty much, they don't got to answer to nobody. Like versus here,
they don't.
We got to answer to the Senate, to the House. Like before anything gets approved, gets signed over by the president. Like they don't got to answer nobody.
Think about this. New York, I'm not sure if they still do, but once upon a time they had a very strict gun law.
Yeah.
Rappers, celebrities,
they still do
though. All them motherfuckers was going to jail for it. It don't matter what. It don't matter. You can have a license to carry, anywhere. If you get caught with a illegal firearm in New York, you going to sit down.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's nothing nowhere that nobody else. It's nothing nobody else can do about it. So just think about it. She's in a whole different country. Who is not, mind you, not allies to America. So
then they didn't move her to a whole nother place where nobody know where she at right now.
That shit unfortunate, man. But they can. What can anybody over here do? They could do whatever the fuck they want to do. You know what I'm saying? In terms of her imprisonment, as long as it's in the confines of they law. I mean, shit.
I mean, yeah, it is what it is, unfortunately. You know, we ain't forgot about you, Brittany Griner. Shout out to Brittany Griner.
Shout out Brittany Griner, man.
We ain't forgot about her. You know, there's
and she from the H, so you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, shout out Brittany Griner, man. That shit unfortunate. It's crazy, but man, I don't. So I don't know if it could have went any other way.
Just speaking, just for me, just speaking from the standpoint of how the rest of the world views the United States in regards to its leader, President Joe Biden, and his leadership, Vice President Kamala Harris. I feel like that our notoriety has been degraded a little bit.
It's been clownish since Trump was in office. When Trump won, that let the world know that America was a joke.
You know, but at the same time, Donald Trump, you know, there was a lot of things that he just didn't tolerate. You know, Donald Trump, you know, say what you will, but he was not a type of president that would just, you know, lie, just stand idle by, you know, situations and conflicts were taking place on the world stage, let alone, you know, against, you know, American soil. President Joe Biden, you know, he did end the war in Afghanistan. That shit been going on. Fuck. How old are y'all? I'm 33. That shit been going on for at least 15, 20.
It happened like 2001, 2002 ish.
That shit been he brought the troops home. You know that economic region in the world did suffer severely when that took place. But at the same time, you got American troops coming home. You know, so shout out to that. You know, Joe Biden. They did do that.
Shout out to the troops coming home. And but I mean, the fact that Trump don't hold his tongue, I don't give a fuck about that shit. That just makes him an outlandish leader. They don't do nothing for the people here. You know what I'm saying? It just make him what he's always been, a motherfucker that run his mouth, which that's what he's always been. You know what I'm saying? That's just he did the same shit while he was in office. He did regardless whatever he did, you know, while he was there in terms of the people, he's still just a motherfucker that run his mouth. That's what 90% of the politicians do.
Well, there's a nasty rumor about Joe Biden before he came into office that, you know, just surrounds him and travels with him and plagues him, that he gives off pedophile vibes. You know, I've seen several media images, video, you know, of him doing some questionable things towards minors. You know, I don't want to speak to the man's reputation or his morals, but
shit, I don't know. I ain't seen
I
shit.
Think
but
that I think that matters a lot. You know, for someone to say we are the America. We can be considered clowns or clownish on behalf of Trump, but we the same America that will nominate a pedophile as president.
We're the same country that nominated slave owners. Shit, I mean, I think it ain't like it's gotten better over the years. So, I mean, that shit is the same shit.
So when you hear a word or a moniker like superpower, United States of America is a superpower. Russia is a superpower. China is a superpower. When you hear superpower, what does that mean? Does that mean that we have, you know, this old decrepit man, 20 seconds away from a dialysis machine? I've seen several, you know, videos of him that it looks like he's in poor health. You know, his health is he's in poor health or he's degrading. His health is degrading.
How old is he? About like 70 something?
He's like almost 80. He's knocking on 80, B. You know, I think that speaks to our reputation as being a superpower. You know, are we really a super? I mean, we are. You know, granted, we have one of the most powerful, if the not most powerful armies armed forces on the planet, questionable to Russia.
Shout out to the military.
But it's just like with the absence of him and his vice president, I feel like we are being viewed as a country that's ripe for the taking. You know,
That's never gonna happen.
yeah, it's never gonna happen. That don't mean nobody try it.
That's why the things that these other countries do, they do it. For example, the Chinese and the TikTok shit, that, you know, the creator of TikTok is not putting the same algorithm in the United States that they are doing in China. You know what I'm saying? It's a damn near totally different app from what I read.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you think
It's little things like that contributes to the demise of the country? But the country is fucked up from within. So I mean, it ain't really.
Joe Biden
gotta go that far.
Joe Biden is he's a voice of reason. He's a very reasonable man. He takes a lot of characteristics from Barack Obama. You know, he mentored Barack Obama for 8 years throughout his presidency. He was a vice president under the Obama administration. But I just feel like the man he's weak. The perception of him is just very weak.
But what makes a weak president? What's a strong president?
Well, some could say, if you rule with an iron fist, if you rule with if you rough shoulder, Donald Trump, he was a very rough shoulder type person.
But in my opinion, the ruling with the iron fist, that to me makes you weaker than being the voice of reason. It takes strength to be the voice of reason. Any ignorant fool can rule with an iron fist,
morally, but not physically.
But we not the presidency is not a physical job. It's a strategic position. Every world leader has to be strategic. This ain't motherfucking this ain't Battleship. You know what I'm saying?
So if he's just being idle while there's conflict all over the world, how is that not a sign of weakness?
But it's so much that he can do.
If he's not if he don't
got the Senate and the House, like he's a Democratic president. If the House not majority Democrat and a majority Republican, they're gonna block everything he's throwing. So it's like pretty much he's giving shit, but the Republicans, they not taking that shit. They just throwing that shit back at him like, no, we don't want that.
What about Kamala Harris?
She's second in command to him. So she's pretty much
Kamala
powerless.
Harris is the vice president of the United States. Yeah. She is an African American woman.
Yeah, she pretty much powerless though.
Oh, she's not powerless by any means.
She got a voice, but shit, everything she say, they gonna throw it.
If Joe Biden lay down today, she's gonna be the commander of the most powerful country on the planet.
How long you think that's gonna last?
Yeah, everything she said, they gonna throw it back at her. They throw it back at her now. Everything she said.
Let me ask you a question. Shout out to my black women. I love y'all. If something happened today or tomorrow, how long do you think Kamala Harris will be the president of the United States?
Well, by way of law, until Joe Biden's presidency is due to expire in 2024. 2023. Until we elect a new president. By law, that's how it's going to go down. There is literally nothing that can take place to prevent that.
And holding the seat would be monumental in itself, but maybe that's all it would be.
It's monumental for her to be the vice president. They try to kick Hillary's ass up there, but she got so much shit going on with her. They really want to throw her ass in jail.
But I think if Kamala Harris was to become president, the world wouldn't be able to take that.
The world wouldn't accept it. Why? Okay, so now we finna do some validation here. Why wouldn't the world accept a woman president?
Because it's a woman.
If we need a voice of reason, we need somebody who's going to take a strategic standpoint, like Kenneth mentioned. If we don't need an iron fist ruler, we don't need someone who projects strength or displays strength, exhibits to being a force as far as personality and demeanor is concerned. Why wouldn't the world accept a woman president?
Because you got to think about it. Look at the world in terms of how they treat their women. You know what I'm saying? America has been viewed as treating their women like shit historically. So when you just think about other countries who are worse than that, you know what I'm saying? If she was to ever take a man, she's now dealing with people. She's now dealing with leaders who don't even allow their women to speak, who don't even allow their women to show their face. So that's gonna be hard to deal with. It's hard to deal with America. It's hard for Americans to deal with some of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I see some women talk now and they man or some dudes get them the side eye like. So you know what I'm saying? Shut your ass. You know what I'm saying? That's just the world we live in.
So the world is prepared to accept a feeble old man versus a strong black woman. Is that what you're saying?
They've been doing it forever.
It's perception. It's what they expect. What they want.
That's
to see.
my whole point. If perception is everything, then Okay, but that's not really important. Let's get back. So what have they been doing in the past 2 years? We rounding out 2022, going into 2023. This is going to be the last year of the Biden administration if he does not win another presidential bid. Aside from what we already mentioned, the ending of the war in Afghanistan. Let's see. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of local small town stuff that's taking place. The whole student loan situation. That was a personal effect. Besides from that, it's like I haven't heard anything from Kamala Harris. It was this chucks and pearls and getting all this African American woman empowerment movement and uplifting of the African American people. By way of having a vice president. First we had an African American president, but now it's like, okay, so is this just another person that's just promising all this gold, and we end up with lead because we haven't seen nothing out of it.
For I was doing a little research earlier, slight, and it's some websites that actually track the promises made by presidents, and from what I gathered from a couple of the sites that I was on, Biden is ahead of Trump and Obama in terms of keeping his promises to whatever degree.
But a little promise versus a big promise that's two different things. I can promise to, raise the food stamp level from $100 to $150 for middle class families, versus I can promise to bring the troops home after a 20-year war. Which promise do you want to be upheld? Which one is a priority to you?
If everybody kept their promises to 100% decree, then we wouldn't even be having this conversation about politics. It wouldn't be nothing to talk about.
Politics is a very, it's a
if every
never
president
ending.
If every president did what they actually said they was going to do to the degree that the people of America would like them to, we would never have this discussion,
including Barack Obama,
including Barack. Barack. That's everybody.
We are both. I believe we stand in agreement, my friend.
That's just what I'm saying. Until and I'm gonna say this: until a president effectively fights the war on systematic racism in this country, they all in the same boat. Woo. Damn near, if you ask me, they all in the same boat. So
it's a pretty tall order you got there, my friend.
You know what I'm saying? That's that, and we talking about everything from education to healthcare to to home ownership to the way the banks, to the gentrification. Until systematic racism is addressed head on with an iron fist, like you say, the country gonna always be in the same spot.
We need iron fist, man. I mean, we need a little bit of everything.
The
president of the United States, they have a panel of various people who have various areas of expertise. So it takes a lot of, for to be the most powerful country on the planet, it's going to take more than just one technique. So I agree with that. I feel like power, strength, integrity, these should be at the top of the list when it comes to classifying
integrity the most part, because you need integrity and honesty throughout the whole thing.
You ain't gonna get that from no politician, my boy. You can hang it up.
I really wish, like I said, this is the last year for the Biden administration, and I feel like this is the most absent presidency that we have seen. At least we saw Donald Trump, doing all kinds of, turning backflips. He's doing something. There's a lot of negative shit. Obama, he made waves. Hell, even George Bush was goddamn me, starting wars and shit like that. Granted, be it for the wrong reasons, depending on who you ask. I just feel like President Biden and Kamala Harris have yet to fulfill, the how do you say it? I wouldn't say it's definitely not a void. I just feel like they've yet to fulfill major.
If that shit not directly affecting you in any type of way, then you never gonna feel the presence of a term. You know what I'm saying?
The middle class.
It's motherfuckers that do the same shit every day, all day, and they've been doing the same shit every day, all day for 10, 15, 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
Middle class families felt Barack Obama. Middle class families did not feel Donald Trump. The middle class drives America. You understand what I'm saying? Period. Mm-hmm. The middle class is driven by the American economy is driven by the middle class. Excuse me. And there was
blue collar, you know what I'm saying? Blue collar workers and
between there you go. Like there was a stark contrast between Barack Obama and Donald Trump. But it's just like, not to choose a side between them. I just feel like we need to see something, monumental aside from, ending the war in Afghanistan from President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. There was this, like I said, they was rallying with chucks and pearls and all this and the third. And there's been a lot of, we did have a pandemic, that may have hindered some. So, we can't, I don't know. You can't necessarily say that that's going to ruin an entire presidency, but it did have issues. There's a bunch of.
You got to take that into account too. You know what I'm saying? Your first year is pretty much the last. Your first year is pretty much the last year of the last term. You know what I'm saying? It's not really much you can do. In my opinion, your first year of presidency, but you don't think that addressing student loans in such a way is monumental? We talking about something that affects
but it is
90%, 80-90% of America in a negative way.
It is,
you know what I'm saying?
But you understand, but it ain't, that shit ain't free. That money, it's not free. We can't say that we're gonna wipe the debt. We talking trillions of dollars in debt. That money has to be free. Account for.
That's why Republicans don't want it. The same reason why they didn't want Obamacare. That shit ain't free for some.
You're right.
Somebody gonna pay for it.
I feel like that's a big move. That was a big move.
But in terms of being monumental, and that's one of the things I don't like, because why some countries, why is healthcare free? Why is education free? Why in the greatest nation in the world, healthcare and education
because
ain't
of capitalism.
Free.
Capitalism is why.
Yeah,
capitalism is what makes millionaires.
Yeah, this shit is about $1. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't about nothing but $1.
Those same countries have limitations on, income too. Like some of these countries, they don't want you to make over $1 million in a year.
But I was stationed
another conversation for another.
When I was stationed in Germany, they was out there. Hey, they go to school. They graduate at 16. They go to school for free all the way up to their whole education. They get their degrees and stuff.
I mean, you know, it's just an opinion, dude. Like I don't want to, you know, for somebody to hold the seat of the most powerful person, quote unquote, most powerful person in the world, the most powerful country on the planet. I just feel like we need to see, you know, some bigger home runs. We need to see some major moves. I mean, like I said, no, I will not discredit the war in Afghanistan situation, how it came to an end. You know, that is a very big move. But if we're closing out the presidency, we're on the last leg of the race. You know, I just want to see a little something. You know, there's something better than what has taken place already.
Listen, man. Before he got elected, did he have a background in politics?
Fuck no.
So that just tell you right
Joe
there.
Joe Biden been in politics for 30 years, 30 years.
So that shit should tell you how the world view us, man. That's clown shit. Kanye talking about he gonna run. Why? That's clown shit. You ain't none of these people have. He don't have a background in politics. Trump didn't have a background in politics, but yet you can hold the most powerful seat in the entire world. Come on, man. That should that's how other countries look at us. This motherfucker ain't got no idea what he doing, but yet he holds the seat. Man, come on.
I guess we're gonna see, man. You know, we got 365 days for them to make a Hail Mary. I don't know if they, you know, planning a good shit for last, but hopefully it's some more good shit coming. You know, the Republicans said get the fuck on as far as them goddamn student loans is concerned. So you can get that shit off your mind. They might fix it though. I ain't gonna lie, they might fix it. We're gonna see.
I need some of my student loans out the way.
We're gonna see. 10 grand, it was like 10 or 20 grand each for, you know, but I mean, you got some of these people are 200, $250,000, $500,000 in debt. So, you know, is it really making a difference? I don't know. We'll
say,
see,
man. I ain't got it.
Another conversation for another day, man. We're gonna get out of here, y'all. Drama Kings podcast. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe on YouTube and TikTok. Joe Kenneth, take them home.
Man, hey, man, it's your favorite host, Ken, episode 5. We out of here, man. I ain't got it.
Hey, we 5 with it. Hey, let them student loans, let them take it out. I need that.
You gonna need about 100 grand worth, man. That shit ain't gonna do nothing. Whatever, though. All right, y'all. We up out.